This week we're going to be talking with Mark and Natalie, and they're going to tell us about what it's like to compete as a family and as a couple. Hey Spartans, this is Kevin Gillotti, and welcome to the Spartan Athlete. A lot of people in our sport have families, and it's really hard to juggle kids, the family life, and be good athletes. How are you two pulling it off at such a high level?
Well, I mean, it's a work in progress. How's that?
You're getting it done. You're making it happen.
Yeah, it's just like every year we learn something new. We learn something like more about our training, what our limitations are, how much we can train, and basically we're pushing ourselves to that limit. And then we're like, there's so much time you can train. So it's like, if you know you only have so much time, then that's all you can do.
But I also notice at the races, Natalie, sometimes you're racing, sometimes you're racing, sometimes you're both racing. So it seems like between yourselves, you've made the decision throughout this race season, or throughout your race seasons, to pick and choose who gets to run what race. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. Oh
Yes.
we definitely have to do that. We also have the help of my mom, who is there pretty much all the time. Sometimes I have to take a back seat, and I have to, just mentally and physically, I need to like separate from racing because, you know, we're parents and we're busy and we're crazy and everything is wild and we're traveling with our kids, and sometimes it's not even a childcare choice. It's really just time to be a family with my kids and watch daddy race and just have a good time.
But
sometimes that's kind of fun.
Sometimes, is there a specific strategy where we know this is for Mark, this day's for Mark, we're here for Mark, or sometimes this day's for Natalie, we're here for Natalie, this is Natalie's focus?
Yeah, I mean, like we usually pick out some races that Natalie would be better at. So like usually like sprint courses or faster courses, like that's where like we put most of her emphasis on. And then mine will be like some of the longer races, like the Beast course or something like that. Then that'll be more my focus. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I always do better when he's not racing, because it's just an added stress. Not only do I have to worry about my kids, I'm thinking in my race, like, how's Mark doing? It's too much stress.
So when you have two kids, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you have two kids and you're both racing at the elite level, knocking it out, for the regular family who's got two kids, who wants to get out there and do this race, could you give them one piece of advice how to just get started or just participate and show that, yeah, it can be done, and having two kids is not an excuse to...
Yeah, I mean, the biggest advice we give people is always allocate your time. Understand how much time you have in the day. And there are moments when it's like, oh, I'm free, but you're busy with the kids. And at that moment, that's when you go work out. So it's like when you realize how much time allocation you have in a day, and you focus on making working out your priority, you realize, oh, I got like 5 hours to train, and then those 5 hours you can do a lot.
So sometimes it's very spontaneous. It's not actually planned precisely.
Yeah. No, like the workouts in the day. So it's like, okay, this is the workout for the day, and it's like you don't know when you're gonna do it. But it happens, and you're like, oh, thank God. Like there's sometimes where it gets close to late at night, and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work out, and then all of a sudden just, an hour opens up and you're like, hey, this is my moment. I got to do it.
Well, hey, I love seeing you guys out here because you prove that a family can stay together and get it done, and that you can do it at a high level. Don't have to do it at a high level, but you can just get out there, participate. You guys are proof of that. It's awesome.
And our kids are out there doing it too.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for making the time. Appreciate coming talking to us. Thanks for listening to the Spartan Athlete, the Friday edition of the Spartan Up podcast. Be sure to tune in next Friday, where I talk to more athletes. We talk about racing, strategies, preparation, and getting you ready for a Spartan race. So get involved, subscribe, leave a comment, list on your favorite platform, and we'll see you next Friday.